everybody has an OnlyFans now, or like what the heck it is, but this is like not.
So the next big thing is going to be bridging the gap between like reality and virtual world. Welcome back to the podcast.
What's up, y'all?
It's just us this time. No more Christian. So I'm actually really excited about Christian's episode. So if you watched that episode, because it'll be before this one, let us know what you thought about that format. I know it's a little bit different for us.
Just fix this beforehand too. Sorry, ignore me, y'all.
But anyway, I left on Thursday to go to Palm Springs, California for HydroJug. And then HydroJug actually owns a clothing company called Acta.
Ooh. Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it's like
I saw that
clothing.
in there when we went out to see them.
Well, like part of their Black Friday stuff was their like double dip, right? Now, you know.
Why not?
So we stayed in this 8-bedroom mansion.
No, do it up, dude. This is the sickest house y'all have ever seen. Unless if you're that rich, you're probably not watching our channel.
Yeah.
But this shit,
I know,
killer. So
yeah.
Anyways, tell it. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but it looked like the floors were marble. And then, like, the bathroom was, like, marble for the master bath and everything.
It's
and
like
then
your floors just become your counters.
It was legitimately a 20-foot ceiling because it was higher than we have in here, and this is a 15 in the middle. Wow. So it was a 20-foot ceiling.
Room for trampolines.
Yeah, it felt big. Like, the kitchen.
Well, and how it was, man, how it was, like, wrapped around the pool. That was, like, an entertaining house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to, like...
Yeah, the pool was
cozy.
like, this pool was like almost like in a courtyard. Like and the house was built more than a U because it kind of like curled over a little bit on the other side. And then there was a little path and around back there was more seating. There was like another
with windows
outdoor.
that face a pool. This is like epic pool party house.
Yeah, and then those glass sliders opened all the way. Yeah. So we opened them up.
That beautiful California air.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say the high was like 75 both days. So like they pretty much just opened up the sliders like all the way. And so it was a lot of fun. Ari and I thought that we were going to get more rest, I think, being without Letty. But obviously we got there late Thursday night. We had some delays and things like that. But we ended up getting in to the house a little bit after 10:30. So by the time we ate dinner and everything, I think we went to bed around midnight or 12:30 in the morning, And then we had our 8 o'clock kitchen meeting, which is 6 o'clock California time. So I woke up at 5:40 to make sure I was like awake for this meeting.
I get jacked up if I go that direction because I, normally wake up so dang early that it's then so early and and it's just this weird rhythm in my brain. I'll try to stay up late and then I'm like, truthfully, I probably need to go get checked out, sleep study. I probably have a little bit of sleep apnea going on, but I like wake up very alert, but I'm not like gasping for breath. I'm not any of the other rules. I don't have headaches. I'm not dry mouth. I'm not anything like that. I'm just like kind of like, well, I'm up.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It sucks because then I'm like, I mean, even some days, I'm getting up at like, I'll kind of wake up around 4.
Yeah.
And when you're awake, I mean, like midday, just go like lay down. That's what it feels like. I'm like,
yeah.
The house is quiet. Everything's quiet. And even like the gym, it's like I'm not trying to go get it in that hard usually.
Well, yeah, that's my hardest part.
Until my family wakes up. Like
I think that's the hardest part about morning workouts for me is like trying to get it in that early.
So I normally go in there and go like dumb on the Stairmasters.
But so, anyways, 8 o'clock was the meeting back home, so it's 6 o'clock that time. So like that was like 5 hours sleep, and then the next day, everyone starts coming in. So it was kind of like they did like unboxings. They did this like pool party shoot and stuff like that. And then we did dinner. Yeah. And dinner was at like 7:30ish. And it was a pretty nice restaurant, like multiple courses. They took very good care of us. It was a lot of fun. But I'm saying we didn't go to bed that next night until 12:30. And then the next morning there was a photo shoot at Joshua Tree that we left at like 7 a.m. for. So all the girls were getting up at like 6 a.m. to like get ready before we went out there. So it's just like I think I probably slept on average like 5 hours both nights.
Yeah, man. So. Well, you were probably getting a bunch of little micro adrenaline or micro whatever doses because it's like whatever.
And you're
like,
networking.
oh wow, like because it's all cool, it's all new. You're a fun person, so it's all fun things you're doing. So it's like I don't know, maybe a stick in the mud person would be like and sleep, but it's like wow, cool house, kind of spike. Yeah. Riding that down. Oh, wow. Cool food. Spike. Just scenery, I felt like I was that way in Utah and Chicago. I was just like, look at all the new stuff.
They set up a taco bar on that pool party day. It was really sick.
Nice.
But then the next day, they had the Joshua Tree shoot. And then after the Joshua Tree shoot, they were just like, hang out at the pool. So everyone just kind of like hung out at the pool. Some people took naps.
Yeah, day naps.
I tried to nap. I slept for like maybe 30 minutes. It's just hard.
Can I tell you how old I am? Thanksgiving is this week.
Oh yeah, and you're excited
Happy
about
Thanksgiving,
sleeping.
y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna eat turkey and sleep, take a day nap. Yeah, I know I'm lame.
I don't think I can. There's too many kids too
Yeah,
young around
maybe.
me.
I say that. I'm excited, but I'm probably not. I got to entertain and cook and deal with kids.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of kids coming, so.
Well, so we're doing Thanksgiving at our house,
Yep.
so we have like everyone.
Yep, we're doing it in our house too. So the whole gang's coming over. Plus, stragglers or anybody else, stranded. Eastie's gonna roll by. Anybody? Yeah. If y'all in Panama City, hit me up. Actually, won't see this next year.
Yeah. So that trip, or finished that up that day, and then the next day we woke up early and like had breakfast, and then we went to the airport. And our flights were like before everyone. Most of the people were like Utah people or West Coasters, so like they were close to where they had to go, and we had to go across the U.S.
As much as I rep my town and love it and love being from here, man, we are like geographically not in a great spot.
Yeah,
we're hours drive from we're 2.5 hours from a not cool town, Tallahassee. We're like 2.5, but not less than that, but Dothan.
Yeah,
6 hours to Atlanta, 6 hours to Orlando, 6 hours to Tampa.
Yeah,
and then more.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say is it 6 hours to Atlanta? That was only like 5.
I mean, if you're driving fast, I can do 5, but
Jacksonville's like 4.
Yeah, 4 and change.
Yeah,
Savannah 6. I used to drive back and forth from that. You can do it faster.
New Orleans is like
6.
Yeah, 6. So it's like all the big cool cities are like 6 hours.
I know,
away.
and you can't. And our airport sucks.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to buy an expensive ticket to Atlanta.
Yeah, I wish that we had like a Atlanta or a Dallas or a Houston.
Even a mid-size, man. Even where it was like, nah, we go to these other cities. Like we're starting to get there, and we're like, claim that we're there, but like you only go to a hub. That's it. You can't we don't have little hot shots to.
There's like one direct flight to Austin once a week.
Oh yeah,
which
even then that's better than nothing. But it's like you got to be going for a long time if it's useful. For you, because then
or at least one way it's good, and then the next way you're like screwed. But no, so it was a good trip. But like I said, I'm kind of tired from that whole situation, and so
we ran a shit ton of cookies while you were gone.
Yeah, and then I think I felt really bad too on Friday. It was about 6 p.m. and we were getting ready to go to dinner.
Your time.
And I jumped on the cameras just to check out the building. Really?
Oh yeah.
And then I saw there were people there.
Yep.
And I called Adam and I said,
"Bro, what's going
up?
on?"
Yeah,
and I'm like,
okay?
"Nah, man, we're good. Everything's good. People are fine."
Yeah.
Brad's stressing out. I mean, it is what it is. We worked till about 8:30. People were.
It was stressful because I wasn't there.
I know you weren't.
I want to contribute.
I know. I knew all of that, man. I knew all of that, but you and Aubrey really work y'all tails off, so you deserve some time away from it too, and it helps bring you back with some energy, even though you say you're tired, but like just
mental energy.
I don't know. Yeah, mental energy. Yeah. Made a lot of cool, good decisions and cool stuff with the team today that I've seen. So, but the shit, where was I going?
About everyone working really hard.
Oh, everybody started getting a little grumbly like mid-afternoon. But we kind of reminded them, like, this is what we're working for. You and I got together. We've been busting our asses. You drove all over the damn place for cream cheese chips. We drove all over the place for red food dye so that they could have an extra day, day off with their families.
Right.
But we got to get this cookie out. And, man, they busted their asses. And we ran 15,000 cookies in one day with multiple issues of ingredients not showing up when they were supposed to. We had a slight issue with the mixing pad.
And we're down at arguably at least one person, if not two people on our kitchen staff right now, just because we have an employee that's gone to Europe, having a great old time
too. Yeah.
But yeah, and then we had one recently that just had some health issues, so they weren't going to continue working. So you could argue that we're down at least one, if not two employees. So it's really impressive, the numbers of cookies and everything they've been able to put out.
And we don't have the ability to rely on Mandy nearly as much because she's busy. So I think
she's pretty much gone.
I know. So I think it's pretty impressive that and we're not just getting by, bro.
We're making it. Yeah.
We are making it. We made a ton of cookies on Friday, and like I said, people were getting grumbly, but we kind of did it. And by the end of the day, at 8:30, everybody's laughing.
Yeah.
Cracking jokes on the way out. It was fine.
And then we've been baking those cookies right now. So that's been a lot. I think that people sometimes don't take into consideration just like how much effort goes into it. It's like when you bake a cookie at home, there's a lot of work, and you bake the cookie and you're done at that point.
Yep.
But then it's like packaging that cookie and then shipping that cookie. There's a lot more.
Well, yeah, man. There's all kinds of behind the scenes stuff that people don't know because they don't think about it. It's not really in their world. But the truth of the matter is, man, we're growing this organization in a way that we have been baking those cookies at 4 a.m. start times, like y'all are sleeping. You know, we're gonna start extending the shifts. We're good, and to do so, man, we're gonna give people more money. We're gonna give them more job opportunities.
Yeah.
We're gonna add jobs to this town. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna feed the world cookies, dude. It's like kind of the dopest thing ever, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as we can take care of our people, make sure they're happy. You know, like. I think you and I have done pretty good jobs as best we can of bringing in equipment that allows our employees to do more work. So as long as they can learn that shit, they can make a lot of money because they can put more volume in.
Right.
You know, and so like being an instrumentation technician, my opinion, as long as your employer values you, because at some point you are kind of like just pushing buttons and stuff. But if you can be the guy to learn that thing for us, let us learn the other things. You're in, you know, your boots on the ground. You guys are here.
Yeah.
So. Any employee, fat and weird, watching this, I mean, think about it. If you can put more volume through, we can see it.
You're directly rewarded for
boom,
those
yeah,
things,
you write a check yourself, basically, you know? Like, so, anyways, just kind of a thought. I think there's some cool stuff on the rise, and I'm kind of juiced up because we were talking about the building expansion and stuff today, and so, yeah, just excited.
Yeah, and so our team is running Pudge today, which is the last cookie for the Myers wholesale order. So I know on there, you guys probably might not know, but like, so there's 4 different SKUs that we're doing, so 4 different cookie flavors, and we have to produce them, freeze them, bag them, box them, palletize them, and then ship them. Right. And so, and then obviously once you've bagged them and boxed them, they got to go back in the freezer. Right. So you can't, it's like a big,
frozen product, man. Yeah.
It's a very difficult, logistical thing to handle. So, but Pudge is running today, and tomorrow we're going to try to bag all of the Big Sexy.
Yeah. Well, tell them I mean, we can keep our trade secrets a secret, but, you kind of came back and had some good calls on the Pudge and everything. We did a little R&D experiment. Eastie's going to start documenting some of that stuff. Some of the stuff Brad was just talking about, the logistics, I think we're going to be able to get some so a little insight into that.
I mean, I think everyone that knows that bakes the Pudge is like, or at least that orders the Pudge. I mean, that cookie is very tall. It like doesn't really move that much. And because we have 2 different baking instructions on the back of our wholesale packaging, one for you to bake a fat cookie like we make, and then the other one to bake a smaller, shorter, flatter cookie. Because that we've had to like R&D our cookies a little bit harder, and so the final one to do was Pudge today, and kind of did this like Hail Mary last minute decision. But it worked
and y'all
out.
see a lot of Brad's like fitness stuff, but you need to share it. Like, dude knows the cookie game, dog. I mean, for real. I don't like, because when dough is a certain way, I mean, I'm learning, but most of the time I'm like, I don't know, where's Brad? Yeah. We've got girls that are in there and they're phenomenal. They're great bakers. I lean on them a lot, but they can't answer my questions a lot of times, and you most of the time can. So anyways, I think the Pudge is not only a better looking cookie when it bakes, it now follows the instructions, because I feel like people are going to just burn the cookie.
Yeah,
waiting for it to fall. And I like the texture. Something is different about the texture now.
Yeah. I mean,
I like peanut butter cookies.
It's going to be more peanut butter forward now, which is good for the peanut butter lovers. You know, if you don't like peanut butter, then you probably wouldn't order that cookie to begin with.
If you don't like peanut butter, don't get it.
Yeah.
But first ingredient is almost Reese's peanut butter.
Yeah. So that was like the first thing today. Yesterday was kind of this like, let's try to make as many Dash Mart orders as we can get out. And I think we got out about half of them yesterday.
Yes.
And then the goal,
it's close.
It sounds like they're going to get out pretty much all of them today, except for maybe a few.
Yeah, we're pushing to get them all done. It's just going to come. There's going to be a handful that aren't baked. Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be a rack or 2 left that aren't baked today. In which case,
but we should have at least 1 rack left for just extras, I think. Right?
Yeah, until we figure out, where the customer wants them or what we're going to do with them. But that said, we can have that done before anyone else comes in tomorrow.
Right.
I mean, Cassie had like 2,400 cookies, 2,600 cookies baked when I got here.
Yeah, I think I counted. She had 2,800 minus 160, so 2,640.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had 2,640 baked.
Bang.
By 7:30
a.m.
Yeah.
Y'all sleeping.
I was actually very impressed. That
was
a huge number.
Good, man. Glad.
So tomorrow we may have to finish them but logistics, this is another business thing that we can talk about. It's like we have someone coming to like work on our rack oven just to do essentially maintenance on it, check everything, but they can only do it at like 1 o'clock on Wednesday, which means we have to be done baking by 1 o'clock on Wednesday.
Right.
So.
Well, and those of you out there, man, you never start in these complicated positions. Nobody's going to like... in the entrepreneurial space, man, you don't have to worry about some of the particular problems we have. Brad and I just want to share these types of things with you because if when you do run into a similar instance, maybe it triggers something, or maybe it just motivates you to keep climbing to get these problems. But the logistics Brad was talking about with the oven is that like we have to keep going. We don't have time to work on the oven.
Yeah.
But to do that, the oven has to work all the time. So you have to figure it out. I mean, Brad and I are even measuring a building that we don't have yet down to like the walkway spaces. And this is a 14,000 square foot space. But we saw how fast we filled this place up. And so we're going to keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's complicated logistics and it's stuff that's like tough to get in this thing. But I think, we do a little behind the scenes action.
Well, yeah. And I think that like I'm obviously open to answer candid questions on Instagram.
Dude, I would love
I'm sure
some.
you are too.
Yeah. Be super helpful.
But, I think I just like to be transparent with entrepreneurship because yesterday Brian was detailing my cars and I was talking to him and he goes, hopefully he doesn't mind I share this, but he essentially said that he really looked up to like what Aubrey and I have like built and done. He said obviously he's in car detailing, so it's different industry, but he's like, you guys had an idea, a dream, and then you like started working on it, and now it's massive, right? And so I said, well, I just want to let you know that it doesn't mean I didn't want to give up on it like numerous times, and I kind of told him about like how the last year was like a pretty rough year for us, really, I guess it'd be like before the last year and then into a little bit, but just how difficult it had been since e-commerce slowed down. And I was really struggling with the direction of the company.
The whole economy took a hit. And the easiest thing for a lot of people to quit spending their money on is those like a product like ours. They were, you're at the store, it's right there. It's harder to get, so we're fixing that problem for ourselves.
Yeah.
But the online thing, you got to bust out. So, yeah, man, all businesses took a hit. It's not like anybody could have known.
I think
insert politics statement here, but, the whole country's taking it.
Yeah, and then, talking obviously to Hydrojug, they took a pretty big hit. I mean, I think we shared it last time. They have how big a warehouse?
80,000? I don't know.
80,000 square foot warehouse.
And they have to sublease.
That they're just subleasing out.
But they're losing money on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So just stuff like that. I think a lot of people grew really fast during COVID and some people didn't manage their growth properly. Obviously, like Hydrojug's fine and we did, but I could argue that I almost mismanaged our growth if I wasn't able to pivot into another revenue stream via cookies.
Well, so I know we talked about this a little bit, but like once you get to a point in your life where you have built up yourself, you've built up your skills, you've built up a bank account, you've built up your network, you've built up things. Failing isn't really failing. It's not hitting a brick wall. It's just going like, it would have been a much more gas economical route to have gone this other way, but I'm still fucking going where I'm going.
Right.
And so like, yeah, sure. But you did have the foresight. You did see the trending numbers. You did kind of assemble the Justice League or whatever we want to call ourselves here, man. You built a great team of people. And
I think the hardest part for me is, and you'll understand this because you know me really well, is that like I really am. I don't think I'm a perfectionist, but I crave efficiency. Mm-hmm. Like I don't like when things are inefficient. Like it actually like literally upsets me.
Yep.
And I feel like sometimes I look at my own life as an inefficiency of getting from point A to point B, which I mean, you can argue that it's true, but you could probably also argue that I wouldn't be able to access some of the places that I did because I didn't learn the lessons required through failure or through hard times.
I can tell you right now. So like, whatever. I'm talking good about myself. I know I'm intelligent. I know I'm, physically capable or whatever. Being an entrepreneur for as long as I've been, dude, I don't know what you want to call, like wisdom age. I don't want to say street smarts. You got to be like 60s I'm talking with people, like I understand your concept. I know blah, blah, blah. I've done that. I've been there. Almost even on the emotional, like the business emotional level or whatever, which you have grown a ton, but it's like, I've had guys just walk off job sites and I literally had a guy die in he overdosed on drugs in one of my trucks when I was running a landscaping company. And, so it's just like, once you take those kind of hits, it's just like, okay, I know I'm gonna be here late today. Or whatever it is,
accepting the reality of the situation.
So it's not like, and truth of the matter is though, with your role here, I kind of tell you, I yell Elon Musk that shit all the time, but it's just like, we're going to Mars. Y'all figure it out. I'll help, but we're going to Mars. Thank you. That is all. It's like, you know, like, no, I don't, no, how are we? No, dude, we're going to Mars. We're going to Mars or whatever it is. This is what we're doing. And you've done good with that, man. I've given you props here, give you some dap on like, we're going to wholesale, Yeah. You and I have talked explicitly on what we're doing here about like proving concept. We know we can't indefinitely scale the bags, but the second we can say we did 125,000 cookies for a customer the other side of the country, oh, dude, we got order volumes lined up for days, and then we're already working on co-manufacturers to fill it. So
yeah, I think the
dominoes got to fall, you know.
The change for me from the growth size of a company, I think once you get to a certain size and you start bringing in people that are like managerial / board level or C level or whatever you want to call it, then you have to change too as a leader.
Oh yeah.
And so I think that's something you've done a good job of pushing me into is this whole like, this is the direction we're going. Because I will say you've asked me thought-provoking questions about the direction, but I've never felt like you've questioned the direction that we try to go.
I want to make sure you know it and believe it. I want to see it. Like, I can tell if somebody believes something, right? And so, like, I get behind beliefs. I do. I get behind beliefs.
I'm like one of those people that. So, for example, we brought cookies with us to the Hydro Jug. Weekend, and I think I told you this. Their microwave was like really. Did I tell you this? Their microwave was really weird. It was a convection oven,
fancy
microwave, broiler, did everything, but we couldn't get it to microwave. Like it would do everything but microwave.
Rich people.
So, anyways, because of that, like everyone kept trying to warm up the cookies, but they couldn't, and they were like raving about them. So one night, I put them in the convection oven, like 4 of them, and we got into them, and they were like, "Oh my gosh!" But before that, even they were still like raving about the cookies.
Best cookies in the world, y'all.
One of the guys, Tanner, his wife, Tanner and Tori, but his wife and him were there, and he tried the cookies. He's like, I'm not lying to you. This is the best cookie I've ever had. And they're from Utah. So they're in like the quote unquote cookie capital. I don't know if you know
want to see. Hey,
Salt Lake is the
put in the comments. Who's your favorite cookie company? Tell them to pull up. Maybe we'll do a little challenge. Maybe we'll just send them cookies. I don't know. Be fun. What do you think, Eastman?
You know, we've had our cookies tried by people that were on like the Hulu Baking Championship test. And she told me, she DM'd me afterwards. She said she gave our cookie the highest cookie rating that she's ever given a cookie besides her mother's like oatmeal chocolate chip or something like that.
Brad, you know, we just got done running cogs on a couple of our products. We're not shortchanging the ingredients. We're using the best ingredients we can find.
Yeah.
We put cream cheese chips in. We found Hershey's cream cheese chips. I mean, we've put...
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of our Hershey's and Reese's products are made with Hershey's and Reese's only products. So
could really make... It's so subjective now. Where it's like, if you like a flavor,
if you want to make it like more expensive, there's definitely more expensive stuff you can find.
Yeah, but at scale, you'd be
because
like we're at the like most expensive to where like if you went to
I mean you'd have to go super boutique.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you went like Godiva chocolate or something.
We use Godiva.
We use a lot of it. What Lindt or what? I'm thinking those fancy bars I never buy in the stores that are like. Whatever.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, like in general, like we use the most expensive
Ferrero
stuff
damn Rochers, boy.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, we weren't even charging y'all more for that.
They're literally like 50 cents a pop.
Yeah,
even at bulk.
Right.
So
in the middle.
Yeah,
delicious though.
We did a cookie one time where we just like blended them up and made a filling with it, and it was really good.
I watched YouTube. Lady made them at her house. It didn't seem hard.
Oh, homemade?
Yeah.
Yeah, hazelnuts are expensive.
Yeah, true that.
So then you go, is labor worth it? Because hazelnuts are probably the most expensive. They're one of the most expensive nuts.
They are.
So we looked up that Hawaiian Host chocolate.
One of the highest fat count, too.
Did you see my cookie video on the Hawaiian Host chocolates?
No.
On Instagram?
No.
So Hawaiian Host Chocolate sent me chocolate covered macadamia nuts and asked me to like do something. So I
saved it to watch later.
I made a cookie recipe with it. But we were looking up how much those boxes were. And every single box, like the one that had 12 caramels in it, it was $12.95. So it's like $1 a caramel.
I just learned how to find where I save my videos. So
oh really?
Fun stuff. I don't know, man. I don't get on social media that much. I don't use it that I don't use it that much. I try to put a video out, try to be popular or whatever to do stuff in business. But So anyways, I'm like, oh, what is this whole section of videos I've saved? This is awesome.
Yeah.
I quit saving them because I was like, I don't know how to find them.
You can put them. You can make folders too, and you can like organize it and everything. So you can
I'm
do
gonna dive
like,
into that.
You can do like business stuff.
I'm
You
gonna
can
dive
do
into
like
that
workout
since I'm
stuff.
a social media guy now. Not
So,
really.
but so yeah, you can
I'm going to. I need
folder
to.
'em.
Obviously, I need to be organized.
like recipes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
sick.
yeah.
And I'm
That's
looking
just-
up more cookie stuff, so like I'm getting hit with the.
I get so many. My feed right now, I bet you is 50% cookies.
Dude, I don't know what happened. I followed a ton of fit people. All right, so I was in CrossFit for a long time. So like, boom, engaged.
Right.
All these athletes. So it's all athletes.
Right.
I know most of them. Yeah, I follow a couple hot chicks on there. Whatever. Dude, I don't know if everybody has an OnlyFans now or like what the heck it is, but this is like not. I get on my Instagram, just like have to swipe it off. I'm like, whoa. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, they're attractive girls. I'm not hating. I guess I mean, whatever. You know, I'm not trying to woman shame here, but like I don't know.
I mean, I know people that have OnlyFans that don't do any like they use it as the like just a way to paywall behind like communication with them. Before Instagram had like the subscribers, and I think they weren't on YouTube, so Patreon really wasn't an option for them. You know,
right.
But in general, yeah, I think that people realized. But also, I don't know what the statistics is. We can look it up, but it's something like 90% of women or anyone on OnlyFans like makes less than like $2,000.
Oh, that's like
everything
usually.
You
There's
hear
a small percentage of people
crushing
getting all
it.
of them.
Yeah.
Even on like social media or whatever.
Right.
There's a handful of people making money, and then everybody else like having to work for it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's true. I guess there's levels to everything.
I guess,
but my only thing is, that's in my opinion, the risk is very large compared to the reward as far as like you are putting yourself out onto the internet.
All right,
forever.
I'm not going to get too graphic.
Yeah.
But I'll use the same comparison of like, I don't know. Let's just say, well, I guess it's not the same. Drug dealing is illegal, but if somehow I could be Pablo Escobar and not have to go through the middle step, if they were just like, here's the keys, well, that's maybe. You know what I mean? If somehow I'm making $1 million+ a month and whatever sexual stuff I'm doing, but at some point you have one subscriber paying you $5 and you're like, please send me another $5 for a picture of my butthole.
Yeah.
That's all your dignity. Like the rest of the dignity for a long time at least.
Until that butthole goes viral.
Yeah, I guess. And then, but even then.
I don't know. I'd have a hard time if I was making $1 million a month. Like,
I know.
People like saw me. It's just like, I would just think.
I get freaked out when I get weird DMs on Instagram.
Yeah.
Of people like
saying
being
weird
gross.
stuff. Yeah.
You know? Like, okay, dude, first of all, you're not a chick. You're a dude.
Yeah.
You've like hijacked some other person's OnlyFans or something. You're a dude.
Yeah, that's
Women
right.
don't talk like this.
Yeah, anytime a girl says anything to me that's like inappropriate on social media,
aggressive.
I'm like, it's a trap or it's a dude, or it's a trap and it's a dude.
Yeah. It's usually trap and dude.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
I saw that there was a girl that started AI OnlyFans, and it charges $1 per minute to talk to her, and she made like $80,000.
Now that I would do
the first week.
Now that I would do, if I could just, and there's like an AI person, though. But I don't want to have. Yeah, AI will do it. Dang. Yeah. Andrew Tate, right? Him and his brother.
You're just like watching him mentally go through it.
Yeah, I'm like trying to process.
No words came out of his mouth, and he was like, "I don't think I." AI. Yeah, I think I could. You know what I mean?
Well, if I could just click a button and it was like doing porn shit with people over there, and I'd have to think. Even then, though, man, I don't know. There's something weird about.
So
that
just so you know, that's in a book I was reading about.
Yeah.
About the further disconnected you are from the action itself,
yes,
the more likely you are to do it.
That's why
so,
we go
for
to
example,
war.
it said that. Yeah. No, it brought it up. It said that there's a train going down the tracks, and it's going to.
Oh, I've heard this.
It's going to kill 4 people unless you hit a button to switch to the other side, and then it kills 1.
Yes.
And they said, could you press that button? And most people said they could not press the button. And then they kind of said, okay, now you're in a switch center, and could you do it then? And then like more people could do it. Then they're like, you can write a program and install a program that's going to do it. And then by that point, majority of people said they would write the program to do it.
To reduce the death.
But I think the first one was you were actually on, like you had to push the lady onto the truck.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah, whatever.
And it was like you're physically doing it. And then like no one would do it, right? But no, it talks about like the further you are. So that's where they brought up drone pilots. Yeah. It's how it's bad for them because they're sitting in an office.
In Vegas.
They're in Vegas.
flying a drone in Afghanistan.
Right. And then they're killing
I mean,
people.
they're seeing all kinds of bad stuff. I'm not knocking whatever, but like, I don't know. I think that could make you
very disconnected.
Yes. Sorry, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they don't have PTSD. I'm saying
they say
could
the
be
suicide
like,
rate is through the
yeah,
roof.
I'm saying that they could be. Oh, I don't know, man. Like I had some buddies. I was in combat, like direct
You
combat.
feel like it'd be easier to compartmentalize it, and then potentially that'd be the bad effects long term.
I felt like it was me or them or whatever in a lot of scenarios. If I was just like, haha,
yeah,
rockets away, boy. And I mean, I've seen a lot of the videos. We'd watch them on Intel and everything. You know, those people have no clue. We had we had drone support when we were in. But like, there's firefights going on, whatever. I don't know. My mind, I'm shooting a guy who's shooting at my teammate.
Right.
Okay. Just a group of trucks driving down the road. You shoot it. Well, then what about 6 months later when they're like, oh, that was a mission trip or there's a lot of casualties in war, man. Innocent ones.
Oh, yeah.
I could see that I never
yeah.
There was no world you're shooting at me.
Yeah.
Maybe you're different, but like,
but not
wasn't accidentally a church bus or something. So
right.
I don't know. I could see them getting very jacked up is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I do want to say it because I threw his name out there, but touching on like the Tate brothers, that's how they got like a lot of their money to start was like literally typing the sex chat back to the people
right
while the girls were on camera because they were like, dudes don't know how to talk to dudes. And I'm like, yeah, but
you were typing that out.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, doc. AI would have been cooler, right? That'd have
Yeah.
been way cool. So maybe he's teaching that on his course now. I don't know. But it was, I think, teaching people how to.
Well, no, I mean, I do know for a fact.
Be a modern
I
day
heard the
pimp,
same
I think,
thing that you said, and it was him and his brother typing back in the chat.
Modern day pimping, dog. They would take the bulk of the money.
Guys.
These girls didn't know how to do technology. Girls know how to figure out technology just fine. But if somebody comes, anyways, whatever.
Well, some people don't want to figure it out.
Yeah, sure that. So they were making more money because they knew how to do some ads and do some whatever and that's absolutely fine. And it just feels weird when it gets in the sex space for me, dude. If it was for an artist it's literally agents and team, but then
yeah.
When you're taking 80% of a girl doing sex stuff to herself, it feels wrong to me. But that's why he's got.
Yeah, that's why you're not.
That's why he makes $2 million a week, boy.
That's not why you're not in the business.
Yep, I'm not in that business. I'm okay with that. I'm in the cookie business, bro. We feeding the world.
What do you think the next, which obviously if you could predict it, it's like you could just throw money at it, and AI is obviously going to be big. But I was say, what do you think the next big like platform was going to be? Because obviously you can argue like Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff, but like I meant something completely different. Like OnlyFans started, and that revolutionized honestly a lot of people's lives. Like realized that there were some people that wanted to be in the porn industry that now had the opportunity to. There were people in the porn industry that now had another means of income and things like that.
I believe that with 5G and with the data speeds being what they are, with streaming services, with Starlink coming, Elon did his first demo video or whatever. Latency rate was crazy.
Yeah.
I believe we are going to use augmented reality and a bit of virtual reality sources to interact on the go and be in different places simultaneously.
So have you seen the VR goggles then?
I have.
Where the
But
person,
let me say
learn how to play the piano
yeah.
on there?
But what I think is, like for instance, I was doing it on my stories when we were in Chicago. And people were like, hey, go here. Well, we didn't have time. But if you had just a camera rig running and you had a popular enough following and you could go live and stream all that from wherever fast enough. Yo, guys, I'm in Chicago. What do you want to see?
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
that brings
where
up
I think
something.
it's going to go next.
I actually told Aubrey that I truly believe the biggest play, which, well, we need to timestamp this. I'm telling you right now, the biggest play is you're going to find live streamers that stream their live 24/7.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Right. No, but I'm saying I agree with you. I told Aubrey this because after Twitch, and I realized that you could do.
People are going to dock in. They're going to put glasses on, or whatever, and you're going to pay an amount of money, and these people can go with you on trips. They can do whatever. They won't. I think people are going to lock themselves down. People don't go to the stores anymore to buy groceries.
Yeah.
So I think they're not going to
like
want to
surrogate style.
I think it's going to be exactly like that.
But
and I think pornography is going to be a big driver of it, and watching and feeling.
Another thing I wanted to bring up is that I personally believe that people are going to use their audience to have them vote for things they should do in their life. And then those votes are going to cost money, right?
Yep.
So they're going to say, hey, for the next hour you vote, I'm either going to McDonald's or I'm going to Outback Steakhouse for dinner.
Guaranteed to happen.
It's almost creating a situation where you have, it's a video game to other people.
It is.
They're watching someone else live their life.
You're, bro, if you start, okay, and y'all out there, as your value starts to go up, as you really, you start to get the confidence, and again, bank account, stuff we kind of talked about earlier, you start getting a lot of attention, you start getting a lot of people that you have influence over, but at some point, man, they'd love to live your life, or at least they think they would. And so, you're dead right, man. And I hope we get ahead of it enough, because it could be such a classy delivery of, yo, guys, you want to go to Indonesia? I'm going in 2 weeks. Sign up. Come with me.
Right.
You're not really going with them, but you are.
You're going on.
You're going to have access to whatever. You can blah, blah, blah.
Help make the itinerary or whatever it is. Like, give your input, right?
And people will pay money for this, dude. And they will pay money to be part of your circle and have direct access to you and kind of, what's up, dude? Hey, how you? Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, da-da-da. And I think people are going to be wearing rigs and or drones. I think micro drones are going to be able to hover around.
Ethan, will you set this up so that I can film some of this for my mini vlog? Speaking of the vlog thing, though, since we're talking about live streaming and stuff, when we were with a lot of the people, it was predominantly females with Hydro Jug.
They're prettier to look at.
But a lot of them just did daily 1.5 to 3 minute vlogs on their cell phones, where they either talked about their day or it was ASMR. They didn't even talk. They just showed the clips.
Yeah.
Some of them time-stamped them. Some of them didn't.
So if you want to spring ahead right now.
They challenged me to do that. So I'm doing it today. I'm kind of vlogging because I felt
y'all can't see it. He threw his phone over there to Easty. He's setting it up so we can see it.
Right. But because I cold punched today, I normally do that. I knew our podcast was today, so I wanted to get that in there and things like that. But I don't know. Maybe it'll be something I do more often. But it's going to be a lot of work. It is. Till we have a Easty following you around doing it for you. But I mean, there's two things. You're making content for people to watch when they're supposed to be working. Truth of the matter. I mean, especially with all y'all working from home now. I see some form of something at least going on in the side background of any person's home office I've been to. Fine, I don't care. But you can kind of passively consume content, and you can passively as hell consume that ASMR content. So there was something I wanted to talk to, we could do some of that with our stuff. It's very, very soothing. Some people like that running in the background of their office, dude. Yeah. Just that nice little, people slicing Play-Doh or whatever the heck it is. Yeah. So I guess the reason I bring that up a little bit, talk about it, is just how the dynamic of social media has changed so much, and then how it is this kind of ebb and flow situation, because used to, vlogging and things like that was really big on YouTube. People that were daily vlogging or doing weekly vlogs did really well on YouTube. And then we kind of went through this phase where it was nah, I want to learn stuff. Yep. And everyone got into educational pieces. Yep. And educational pieces are always going to do well because people always want to do well. But I think now you're seeing it kind of twist a little bit more back into people caring more about vlog and daily life. I think it's going I think everyone's life was so much the same in 20. That's why no one cared about it. But sorry. I think it's going to be exclusively lives with recaps just to get people to the lives. Man, you want to know what's going on? Jump on. I mean, you're going, and then that's going to push the influencers to. So there's another movie. I can't think. Machine Gun Kelly's in it. Nerve or something like that. Check it out. There's a wrong way to do it, which is that. And there's a right way to do it, which again is, like I said, the amount of people that are unable, old folks, incapable of traveling, and you could literally see Greece without being there if you're in a group of 20 and you're like, hey guys, this is what we're going to do. Yeah. We're going to go have lunch here. And it's not going to be long before Neuralink's in your head and you can taste the freaking wine, dude. It's not going to be long. I mean, it's right now you could hook up machines to yourself and have sex things done to you. Right. Right? Closer, whatever. The world is not getting any realer. Yeah. It's only going to get faker for a period, and I think there's going to be a hard push towards real, which is yo, we're going here, or I'm doing this. Well, yeah, I've said as the pendulum swings in either direction, once it kind of reaches the far end, it swings back the other way just as hard. And I think I was bringing that up. It's just Well, no one wanted to watch 2020, 2021, 2022, everyone's lives because they were all very similar of working from home, like not going out to eat as much, like whatever it is, And I think that's why you had a huge experience. Like they, when I get those weekly emails, they said like the experience industry,
box meals or that type of stuff.
Experience industry, like Airbnb and vacations shot up right after COVID because everyone was tired of being cramped up. And I think we're seeing that change in people's content consumption as well, that they want to see other people like reliving their lives again. You know?
Yeah, dude. And I mean, I don't have the foresight to predict it all the time, but the economy expands and contracts, but at, roughly kind of hovers around the same amount until we print a bunch of money and throw it in.
Social media influencing though is going to be a different animal in 5 years than it is now, and then it was 5 years ago. Yes. When it was 5 years ago, that was like kind of Aubrey-ized, like not prime, but it was like when we were like I think deeper into it, and to see, meet these people, which we were the oldest by I think like 7 years. We were much older than a lot of the people there. Like one of the guys was like 24, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Just to see them change, like now they're like what they're doing on social media and like what the thing is, and then like what's it going to be 5 years from now? And I mean, I think it is. It's going to be like live streaming.
The amount of people that are out there that are through all kinds of things we could talk about, but are leading sad, lonely existences that work meaningless jobs and lead effectively lives that don't fulfill them, would pay money and would probably be better off in their mental health if they were part of a tribe, if you will. So I agree with you. I think it's going to change. What I think is going to change is the needing to have millions of influencers to actually make real money. If you had 20 people that liked what your life was about and what you did, I mean, $1,000 a month, people pay that for things.
Yeah. Right. And with $20,000 a month, you could live a pretty...
Or 100 people. How hard would it be to keep 100 people entertained and happy on $100,000 a month, boy? Especially if they could taste the foods that you were tasting eventually.
Right.
See what you were smelling. I mean, Neuralink, it's a chip in your head. Your nose your brain does everything.
Right. Yeah.
You don't need it.
Well, I actually saw an article the other day where a guy was trying to invent something that you like hooked up to your TV and it like used different chemicals.
Smell-o-vision?
Yeah, to create a smell-o-vision.
I mean, so that's the difference. The only gap between being there in real life and not being there in real life is your brain.
Yeah.
And so
the next big thing is going to be bridging the gap between like reality and virtual world.
It already hit FDA approval, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not putting an early.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Could be Batman or Tony Stark. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not putting that thing in my head anytime soon because you know why?
Reed Richards.
You know why?
Technically,
because I'm gonna be the dude walking around going, "Hey, y'all want to go to Greece?"
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, dude. Like, I understand it from a number of different ways because there are a lot of people who are physically incapable of going and hiking Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Oh,
but seeing a video.
Hey, tell the truth. If someone was like, "Hey, put on these goggles and you're gonna get FPV, like first person view of me hiking Mount Everest or something that like."
They'll pay.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, man,
or diving with sharks.
And it's not the same. Think about it. It's not the same as watching a video after the fact. It's like, hey, Brad.
Yeah.
What is that? What's that rock over there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What is this?
Yeah. Yeah. Or like when you're diving with the sharks.
And I don't think it, and like, I think the wrong way to do it would be like, I'll pay you to $5 to go get the rock. I think it's just like, no, we're going on the trip. Here's the cost. Here's the and then I'm just like, hey, I got a lot of people to bounce, y'all. Slow down. I mean, you're gonna have to be personable, but like, oh no, dude.
No, I think that's interesting. Yeah. I think we've dug a lot deeper into it than I've ever put thought behind it. But I do agree with you that I think it is this live stream thing. I already told Aubrey. I mean, there's streamers right now that put up polls like, should I get Chipotle or Chick-fil-A for lunch? Yeah, right. So when people...
I wasn't familiar with Twitch. I just kind of looked at it the other day, and I'm like...
So when people start living their life where people are giving inputs on that level, and then you can monetize the inputs so that people can't be involved unless they're paying some kind of fee.
I'm going to be terrible at telling this story but I just looked it up. Some dude I saw through an Andrew Tate video, but I looked him up, and this dude's like live all the time. And there's this other guy, Kai. He's got like dreadlocks or something. Well, there's kind of a small dude. He's online all the time.
There's this girl that I saw that she has the world record.
But they're so stationary in their homes.
No,
the second you can get out.
Emily is her name. 2 years live. 744 days of 24/7 streaming.
Of what?
Her. She's sleeping right there. She's literally, well, it's an ad, but she was sleeping right there, sleeping in a chair.
There you go. This is it.
I mean, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Now think about
they
it.
show she sleeps in her bed, and the people literally will be watching her while she sleeps in her bed.
But like year over year, how quickly is drone technology taking off? Drones can already follow your face.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, the second you can just go like this.
yeah, you can do active tracking on drones, right?
Literally, the second you can just toss your phone in the air and it just, bzzz, hey, whatever. That's not far away, boys and girls. Like, at all. It's a gyro and it's a gyro in the middle, keeping a stabilizer and two props, man.
Yeah. Just have it flying and then recording you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You got to be able to throw it. It's got to come back to you. Not far off, dude. Anyways, I'm sure it's here. It's probably just cost prohibitive at the moment.
Yeah.
This lady, y'all, is just sleeping with like a rain screensaver, and I don't know what that is on the left side of her bedroom.
Yeah, I think it's 2 different screens. It looks like it says,
There's a
"Oops,
dog."
woke up late, taking Snowy out and getting ready."
Okay.
But anyways, she has 230 people watching her right now.
Yep, and we're two of them,
and-
so.
Yeah. But it's just, again, it's wild because.
And then
it's just
ads
like,
pop up, boy, and
Yeah.
everything. Dang. Now, are folks running mass farms? Because if you can do that and you can get ad revenue, couldn't you run a mass farm out somewhere?
yeah, but the ad
spoof?
revenue is so small. It's like YouTube. The
Okay.
real revenue is from subscriptions.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the ad revenue is negligible.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I got it.
I mean, it would be like, be better to run an ad farm on YouTube.
Man, I know there was a guy, dang, never mind. My stories are terrible today, y'all. There's a dude on YouTube that they did a study on him, the guy from Iced Coffee Hour, like looked at his deal. And he doesn't have a ton of followers, but he sells like real estate related courses and like da-da-da. And he makes a ton through because his course is like the ad in the thing.
Right.
So I don't know how that works, but.
Smart. Yeah, he runs his own ad up.
Yeah,
there.
basically.
All right, well, they got to do some work in the AC unit, so we need to wrap this up anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. 40-something minutes.
Good.
47 minutes. So
yeah, this was a good.
Hope you enjoyed this podcast. I know it's kind of all over the place, but that's kind of where my brain is at when I get back. It's kind of all over the place. We're going to get the Myers order finished next week. We're getting DoorDash cookies out this week.
That's right.
And then we're going to have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
with
we'll
our
stuff our
family this
faces on
weekend.
Thursday.
Yeah.
So happy Thanksgiving from however long ago, y'all.
Yeah. And you're worth it. Do our shit.